to you. Thanks for joining us. You're watching BNC Live. I'm Tashanea Whitlow. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a day of service, but today, activists across the country are calling for actions from Congress, where voting rights legislation has stalled in the Senate. Now, earlier today, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, she delivered remarks in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, acknowledging the long road ahead. The virtual address was part of the annual celebration hosted by the King Center at the Ebenezer Baptist Church. BNC's Rarione Maniece, she joins us now live from Washington. You see the White House behind her. Ariana, what's the latest?
Well, Tashanea, Vice President Kamala Harris, she used her remarks today to connect the civil rights movement to the current day fight to push for the passage of voting rights legislation through the U.S. Senate. Vice President Kamala Harris, she says that the only way that the nation can truly honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is to continue to fight for access to the ballot box for all Americans. Now, the Vice President's remarks were in line with her position with this administration as she was appointed by President Biden to lead the administration's efforts to push for the passage of federal voting bills. Now, throughout her address today, Harris, she made the case for why the right to vote is under assault in Georgia and other states for over 55 million Americans. Harris says that the proponents of these laws are not only putting in place obstacles to the ballot box, but they're also interfering with elections to get the outcomes that they want. But as we continue to see the White House as well as congressional Democrats continue their ongoing push for the passage of the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and the Freedom to Vote Act, both bills, they still face little to no chance of passing the U.S. Senate. As we heard last week, Senators Manchin and Sinema continue to echo their opposition for changing the Senate filibuster rule, which will clear the path for the passage of both bills. Now, despite these odds, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he is still planning to bring a package of voting rights bills that passed in the House last week. He's going to bring those bills to debate to the Senate floor as early as tomorrow. Democrats, some are still optimistic. We heard Representative Clyburn say that they will continue to fight and support these bills, but we know that Republicans, when that bill comes up for debate and for vote, we know Republicans will vote against this measure. Schumer says that he will continue to push to change the filibuster rules, but we know that Sinema and Manchin, they still are not changing their position. Tashanea.
All right, Rarione Maniece, thank you for that report.